Hey guys, what's up? It's me, P-Boy25 here, and today I am bringing you the Six Flags new for 2018 attractions. And guys, I'm so sorry that I'm almost an entire week late on this. Holy hell, the last week of my life has been an absolute slew of just mishap. I've worked for the past week. I think I worked like 4 days of that week. I had to do a butt ton of AP US history homework, and I've been down with a head cold. And I wanted to sleep. And preseason football. But the last two are just miscellaneous. The main three had a lot of homework, 4 days of work, with a head cold. Yeah, not a good combination. My voice was so bad, so low, and I was so unenergetic that I couldn't record. I don't think my normal personality, I didn't want to record when I was handicapped like that. So, I'm back now. My voice is finally back to a respectable level. My energy's back. Even though I'm running on 6 hours of sleep because of another night at work. Yeah. But I'm back. I'm going to go over each of the 14, 13 new attractions, whatever it is. And I'm going to cover them each in detail. First up, we have Twisted Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia. RMC Georgia Cyclone. It has been confirmed. People are raving over it. The light blue track. First of its kind, like freaking amazing track, reverse cobra roll, 10 moments of airtime, 2,400 feet of track, 3 inversions, wave turn, 75-degree drop, 10 stories tall, 100 feet tall, hybrid of course, at 50 miles an hour. It's a good coaster. And this will easily make top 3 in the park. Top 2 probably. This or Goliath would be the best ride in the park. Now, let me just say this, that this is one of the weaker RMCs in my opinion. This thing seems to be focused more on inversions and bank turns over airtime. This thing still looks incredible, don't get me wrong, but I think this thing is one of the weaker RMCs, especially since this is a very, very short ride compared to the former Georgia Cyclone, which went on for at least a full minute after the lift hill. But, I mean, even though this is one of the worst RMCs out there, it's only bad in comparison. Otherwise, it'll be a phenomenal ride unless they screw it up and put steel wheels on it instead of polyurethane like they did with Joker. Then Joker is kind of a coin flip for whether or not it's a good ride because of the steel wheels. So, yeah. Here, cross your fingers, hope this thing is going to be good in execution. This thing looks amazing in concept, and let's see how it works in real life. This will be a phenomenal ride, most likely. That's my token on this. Next up, we have Six Flags Great America getting the world's tallest super loop. Oh boy, Jesus. This is kind of embarrassing. First of all, it doesn't have a name. You know how they were using hashtag Chase the Storm 2018 for the teaser, the tagline for the teaser. Well, this thing doesn't get a name related to the storms because most likely of Hurricane Harvey, which during the time and still today is quite relevant. Quite a devastating event that happened in Houston and the surrounding areas. And, well, let me just say, it was a good marketing decision not to call this thing like Hurricane Force 5, especially when they got another one barreling towards Florida at this very moment. So, yeah. That's a bit of a problem. But, hey, maybe we'll get a name later in the fall. Maybe in the winter. Maybe not ever. Maybe they're going to change the name into like something generic, like Harley Quinn Spinsanity. Even though this thing doesn't spin, it flips. Let's not talk about the PR disaster that this thing was upon release. Let's just talk about the stats a little bit. It's a super loop, but it's 100 feet tall. And it's going in the spot of King Chaos, which I'm still debating whether or not it's a good trade, because the top spin has far more unique elements than a super loop. And hang time, because that's part of the cycle, even though it's completely powered, like this. And it's not the 16th coaster. Of course it goes 360 degrees, it's just a giant circle in the sky. 32 rider capacity, it has larger trains because of the larger circumference. So its capacity is going to be comparable to King Chaos. King Chaos can seat like 40 people, so it's a little less. It's got a smaller footprint than King Chaos. Yeah, I don't know if it's better than King Chaos. Face-off seating, so you can see the guy in front of you puke in your face, and you can choose. And it doesn't matter which way you go, forward or backwards. It's your choice whether what you want to do first and last and second, whatever. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed about this. I was hoping to get a Skywarp, which we will see later on, but we got this. I mean, who knows if I'll like it when I ride it Memorial Day 2018, because it takes Six Flags 9 months to put up a super loop for Pete's sake. Even if the winter's mild, Great Wolf will be open soon in this thing, I bet. I'm just getting off track. I don't want to disappoint myself anymore. I'm just going to go away from this and move on to an ABC 3-axis spinning ride, Harley Quinn Spinsanity, from a park that already has a Hush Troika called Harley Quinn Spinsanity. What are they thinking? Did this steal the name from Six Flags Great America's ride? Do they think they're China? China calls or do they think they're Ronde? Ronde has literally 3 rides with the same name. I don't know. This is just ridiculous. But other than that, this ride looks like it would be a fantastic addition to Six Flags Over Texas. This will be phenomenal. I don't think we've seen any of these in America. Not even at traveling carnivals. They are more common in Europe. There are a few of these in Europe and Asia at traveling carnivals. Very few permanent installations, and now Six Flags will be installing these, which I think will be a good addition. I don't have a whole lot to say about this thing, and I probably won't even touch on Cyberspin. This sits in an old abandoned plot of grass by Joker in Gotham City in over Texas. And this is going to be a good fit for that spot. People were thinking Skywarp, people were thinking Superloop, but no, we get this thing. One of the curveballs of the year until Great Adventures was leaked, and we already knew they were installing a few of these. Yeah, whoops. Moving on now, we have Pandemonium at Great Escape, the Great Escape. This one's going to be another Force Play trailer if it loads. Yep, pause that real quick. Let's just say this is a Chance Rides breakdance, if I remember correctly. One of the first installations of its kind at least for Six Flags. Not first ever, but this is one of the first of its kind from Six Flags. It's basically like the Wipeout or the Trabant, but it's like the 3rd or 4th generation or whatever this is. It goes higher, it's taller, and it probably swings around a bit faster. There's more negative Gs. You're going from the very lowest of the low to all the way up at the top with a quite forcey. You probably would get some decent airtime on this, I'd imagine. I don't know. I knew Great Escape was going to get something for the dry park. I just didn't know what. And we're getting Pandemonium, which, I mean, I think it's a good ride. I think this is going to be a good addition for Great Escape. So, yeah. Not a whole lot to say about this thing. I do not know where this is going in the park. I don't know enough about Great Escape's land or the teasing or wherever it was to where it's going to go. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit, yeah. Moving on now, we're going to go to Crazed Anity at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Terrible name, awesome ride. Also 365-day operation, which we knew. Let's just pause that real quick so we don't get ear raped. It will be the world's tallest Frisbee or pendulum-based ride in general, reaching 172 feet, I believe, is the maximum height. This thing will be absolutely nuts. They are also putting this in a brand new boardwalk-themed area of the park. They have this little section with a Johnny Rockets right by Justice League or by Gold Rusher that's kind of run down, or it's by DC Universe or something like that. It's somewhere towards the entrance, the slip of land furthest away from the entrance, the other side of the entrance. So, yeah, it's towards the back of the park, and I think it'll be a good touch-up. That area did look a bit out of place compared to Apocalypse and then DC Comics. This will be a nice touch. Boardwalk's a good theme, especially for California. This thing will be absolutely nuts. I do think this would be a great addition for Six Flags Magic Mountain. They needed more flat ride bolstering, and this is the way to do it. From what I've heard, this is taking up one of the old monorail or train stations or whatever it is, and it's going to be kind of bad. They're also enhancing their bumper cars, so I don't know what necessarily enhancing their bumper cars means, but they're putting money into their bumper cars, so that should be fun. And they're redoing the boardwalk, or this area of the boardwalk, making new paint, new theme, probably better architecture, all that. And 365-day operation. It's a good year for Magic Mountain. And Crazed Anity is a very welcome addition to the park, despite the terrible name. So, yeah, we're going to move on now to Wonder Woman Coaster. Not even Lasso of Truth, not even Golden Lasso, just Wonder Woman Coaster. Going to Six Flags Mexico, the only SNS 4D free spin going to a Six Flags park this year. And other than the fact that it's an SNS 4D free spin, it's nothing else really to talk about. It's the only SNS 4D free spin themed to Wonder Woman, because they already have Batman the Ride, a Vekoma SLC, and the Joker, which is a Pandemonium clone relocated from Discovery Kingdom. Other than that, I think this is a very welcome addition to the park. They needed a new coaster. Their last one was Medusa back in 2015. This park is the most popular park in Latin America, so this is a very welcome addition. This is like in the top 5 most popular Six Flags parks in the entire chain, and this will be a great addition. The GP will love this thing. This thing will be phenomenal. Even though it's just an SNS 40 free spin, the enthusiasts won't really care for it. The GP will love this thing, and that's what's going to bring them money. It'll bring a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Latin Americans in the area to this park just to try out something they've never seen before. Unless they're a Mexican coaster enthusiast that studies the North American things and just looks at us with jealousy. Yep, I went there. So, moving on, we're going to go to Ronde getting a very disappointing addition with Carnival en Folie, which is a new themed area of the park themed to a carnival with 3 new rides. Looks like a tilt-a-whirl, a Ferris wheel, and a scrambler, looks like. I do not know whether or not these are new or if they're going to be rethemed, but we are getting a new area of the park with up to 3 new flat rides. Yep. Considering we have Le Monster sitting in a practically standing but not operating condition, and Cobra biting the dust, and likely to be sold for scrap, yeah, we get this. Ronde, we're still waiting on you to get something major. You have disappointed us every year since, for a long time now. Like, they call you the worst Six Flags park for a reason. This thing, I don't know, this is extremely disappointing for Ronde, considering how much development they were putting into some of their other attractions, especially Cobra closing it and most likely scrapping it. Yeah, this is just disappointing. So, yeah, we're going to back away from this cesspool of disappointment and move right on to Harley, Quinn, Spinsanity, going to Six Flags New England, right by the area of the park where there is Joker, Batman, Dark Knight, and their Slingshot. We don't know what's getting the axe, what's moving around, but rumor has it their teacups may get the axe or may relocate elsewhere in the park. For a 150-foot, or 147-foot, according to this, Zamperla Giant Discovery. This is a wonderful fit for the park. The park already has a pretty decent line of flats, most notably with New England Skyscreamer and Scream, a drop tower, and, well, Skyscreamer, the world's tallest Skyscreamer. And now they're adding a Giant Discovery to their thrilling flat ride edition. They also have rides like Buzzsaw, which is a unique flat that I heard pulls a lot of G's. And they have some good flats otherwise. So, yeah. 2 years of major investment now, both themed to DC Comics. They're putting a lot into the west end of the park. So, yeah. It's a pretty welcome addition, I will say. I'm quite happy with New England Get. And if I ever go back, which this might be any time now that I go back, considering I have family out there, I'm going to definitely be able to ride this. I really want to ride this thing. Because I love Frisbees. I haven't been on one for so long because the one at Great America is crap. But this one is pretty good. Also, little ironic pointing out that they have a Huss standard inward-facing Frisbee called like Tomahawk, located by Goliath. So, yeah. I think that'll get the axe soon. Maybe we'll see another flat ride edition there soon. Who knows? We're going to go back now. We're going to go over to Cyborg Cyberspin, which I don't even think we're going to need to talk about. Okay, I'm going to pause that real quick. We have Cyborg Cyberspin. It's the same thing as Harley Quinn Spinsanity, going by an empty passway to... We're going to click on it so people can see it. An empty passway right by where Justice League was. It opened up some land back there. This is what it looks like. It's another one of these tri-axis ones. I think that the Cyborg theme was very welcome. This is the first ever ride themed as Cyborg, which is more of one of the supporting characters in the DC Comics, being the tech expert and whatnot. This is the same thing as Harley Quinn Spinsanity. This was announced. This is actually the one leaked before. This got leaked the night before. I did see this when I was working till 10 p.m. on the 30th of August. Then waking up next morning to no one's surprise except for that there's another one going to Dallas. So, yeah. This thing, it will be a phenomenal ride. I'm very happy to see this in here, and I hope we see a few more of these. My only concern, I'm going to say this since I didn't say this about Harley Quinn's Insanity, my only concern is the reliability. I'm not sure how reliable these things are going to be. So, that's my only concern with these. That and bodily fluid. But that last one's always a concern no matter what ride gets put in. But yeah, my major concern is reliability with these tri-axis spin rides. Moving on, we already know everything about Wonder Woman Golden Lasso. They're not adding anything else to Six Flags Fiesta Texas. And a construction update with Power Surge did go up on certain forums. The park is open again after Harvey. And Power Surge is already being demolished. There's some groundworking in the area. The station is already being redone. This thing might go vertical before Halloween, before November. So, yeah. It's going to be nice. And we're going to go on to probably the most jealous edition I've had in a while. A freaking Skywarp going to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, of all places. This thing should have gone to Great America. But it makes sense considering, well, not really, because this place already has a super loop right by Kong. Or V2 or whatever it is. I think it's by Kong. Having this in a super loop will basically make Daredevil Dive obsolete. I'm really not sure. This thing is going to be interesting. I want to see how this plays out. I hope we see more of these go to Six Flags parks. But we got to get through year one first. This is a brand new world's first attraction. We knew Six Flags bought one of these. I did not expect it to end up at Discovery Kingdom, though. This will be a fantastic ride. I really don't have a whole lot to say about this thing, other than you stole the Skywarp from Great America, you jack. So, yeah. I'm kind of mad that they stole it from us. We should have gotten the Skywarp. It would have fit perfectly in King Chaos's footprint. And we just get a super loop. We get literally the butt of the joke for Six Flags 2018, even though it's a pretty good year for the company. And the last few, we have all the water park additions. We're not going to talk about Waterworld Concord. They are getting a new family splash zone play area. That is what's going on with them. And for St. Louis, we are getting a bowl slide. We are getting a bowl warp slide combined. So this thing goes into a large bowl, swivels around like there, goes through this, drops down and goes up a wall. And we're going to pause that so we don't copyright claimed. This thing is a very welcome addition to the water park. I'm very excited to see Six Flags installing more things to their water parks. Some of their water parks are a bit run down. I'm very surprised we didn't see a water coaster go to Six Flags St. Louis. But this would be pretty awesome. It's going to be higher capacity for sure. And it'd be a welcome addition. Not a lot of Six Flags parks have these wall slides, especially the bowl walls. I think Over Georgia has one in their Hurricane Harbor, but that's about it. So, yeah. Not a whole lot to say about this ride, but I think it will be a great addition. I have heard rumors that their speed slides might get the axe for this. The footprint does look large enough to where they might have to axe their speed slides, but possibly not. This thing has a more narrow or a more boxy footprint, so to say, than a water coaster. This thing can fit into more of a rectangular shape rather than their coaster. Do not know whether or not their speed slides are going to stay around. I'm thinking they might have a chance to get axed. Their speed slides include a straight-down, non-capsule slide. So, those are a dying breed. But yeah. And then finally, we have one of the biggest disappointments, other than the Ronde in Great America, we have Wahoo River going to Six Flags America. This is an upgraded lazy river. The Grim Reaper in their teasers has chosen Castaway Creek to die and be replaced with a bigger, better Wahoo River lazy river upgrade. Their old Castaway Creek will be redone. Some of their walls will be repainted. The layout will be different. They'll put some rock work, some fountains, some geysers, some currents, and a bunch of other stuff. Probably some more tubes will go with it. It will be a great addition. This will definitely attract. This is more of a commodity. I don't think it'll draw people in from afar, but it'll definitely keep park goers. Because when I went to Six Flags America, their water park was a hell of a lot more popular than their dry park. I'll just say that loud and clear. I mean, then again, it was a 90-degree day and 90% humidity near Washington, D.C. And everything, and even running one train, everything was only still 15 minutes. Or at least the longest line I waited in. Like, Superman was 15 minutes, Batwing was like 15 minutes, and then everything else was just like almost a walk-on. So, yeah. Oh, except for Rage Occasion. That was new that year, so that thing had like an hour line. And they didn't have all the trains going. So, rest in peace that. Let's just say, this is a pretty good year for Six Flags. This is a lot better than last year. We got the same amount of coasters, just more diversity. We got another free spin, we got an RMC conversion, and an RMC Raptor. Ironically enough, all of these things are from RMC, because RMC manufactures the track for the free spins. They're working very much RMC right now. The era of the conversions are over, but we might see the dawn of the Raptor being cloned over and over again going to Six Flags parks. But other than that, also it was nice seeing Jim Reed Anderson in another trailer. John Duffy was a snore in his last year. I'm very happy with Six Flags. I don't think there was there was only a couple bad additions, but even then, at least they got something. I don't care for the Ronde. Six Flags America was disappointing, and Great America, it's the only one directly that affected me, and I'm just like... So, yeah. If you guys have enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscription, and I'm going to say this time, I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about all these additions? What's your home park, and how does you think it'll affect you? Do you think you'll enjoy these new additions? Do you think you'll have fun with them? If you guys enjoyed the video, like I said, feel free to like, comment, or subscription. It really helps me out, even though I don't get any monetary gain from this, just a little ego boost, because I feel like I accomplished something. I hope you guys have a great insert unit of time here, and as always, I wish you guys peace, even though